I'm going to take a pile of cash and make it 20% larger in just 1 week using this one simple option trading strategy. Hey option hackers, I was recently challenged to see what I could do with option trading in just 1 month. But then someone suggested making the challenge even tougher by only giving me 1 week. That's just 7 days, which really only means 5 trading days because 2 days are left for the weekend. So I agreed to that. And just when I was about to start the timer, somebody hit the brakes. And then they said I could only trade using a small account that only had $100 in it. Let's go ahead and start the $100 small account challenge. Using a cash secure put option trading strategy, I can increase a $1,000 small account by 20% and turn it into $1,200. Or I can take a $10,000 account, increase it by 20% and turn it into $12,000. Well, in this challenge, I'm going to take a small account with only $100 and see if I can increase it by 20% in just 1 week. So the first thing I'm going to do whenever I start trading stocks is open up my one-button stock screener. Now, if you don't have a copy for yourself, be sure to download a free copy at simplestockscreener.com. So once I've got my screener open, I'm going to go ahead and activate it by pressing one of the buttons. I'm going to utilize the bullish trade button. I simply push the button and it brings up my stock screener. As you can see, my screener is automatically populated with the criteria used to find those stocks that are in a bullish trend. And now I can specify more criteria to narrow the search and pick the stock that I'm going to be used for this cash secure put option trading challenge. And for this challenge, I ended up using a stock from a company called Ardelyx Incorporated, stock symbol ARDX. You can see this company has a market cap of $344 million, so it's a smaller type company, just over the threshold that I use for my option trading. I like companies that have a market cap of around $300 million or more. So this company just made it. Now the stocks for this company have an average trading volume of 8.1 million shares. So as you can see, there's plenty of interest between buyers and sellers, investors and traders that are utilizing this stock as part of their trading and investing activity. And the industry analysts give this stock an estimated 1-year price target of $6.59, and it's currently trading at $1.84. So that gives this stock an upside potential of $4.75, or just over 258%. Now that I know which stock I'm going to be using for my option trade, it's time to check out the option chain by visiting my trading platform. So I've opened up my trading platform and I typed in the symbol for the stock, ARDX. And then I'm going to look at the option chain by pushing Trade ARDX Options. And then from here, I can select Sell, Cash Secure Put, and then I can specify the expiration date that I want to use. After I select the expiration date, then I can review each of the strike prices and pick the one that makes the most sense for me. So here's a copy of my actual transaction record from my account history. Now you can see that I sold a Cash Secure Put with a $1 strike price that expires on November 18th of 2022. Now I submitted this order on November 11th, 2022, just 7 days prior to the expiration date. So this is a 1-week option contract. Now this option order got filled at 10:59 a.m. Pacific time, and when it did get filled, it was paying 20 cents per share as the premium price. So at the time my option contract got filled, I received a total premium payment of $20, which was deposited immediately into my trading account. Well, now let's jump forward in time to November 18th of 2022 to find out what happened on the expiration date of this cash secure put option contract. Here's a daily chart for stock symbol ARDX going back to September of 2022. Now let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to see. So remember that on November 11th, I sold the cash secure put, and we can see the stock was trading right around $1.26 per share. Now I sold the cash secure put with a $1 strike price, meaning that if the stock price dropped to below $1, the option would get exercised and I would be assigned the shares. Well, now let's jump forward to the expiration date, November 18th, to find out what actually happened. Here we can see on November 18th, the stock price had jumped up and it closed at $2.08 per share, which is well above my $1 strike price. So in this case, the option contract expired worthless, and the money reserved as my collateral was returned back to my trading account and made available for me to use for other trades. So the net effect is I walked away with the $100 that I initially used, plus the $20 premium that I collected for selling this option contract. So let's quickly run through the steps of how I was able to make this profit. First, I use my one-button stock screener to identify stocks that meet my criteria. Second, I use the stock that I picked, opened up my trading platform, and used that stock to sell a cash secure put. I showed you the transaction record where I sold the cash secure put on November 11th, and I received a premium payment of $20. Third, I just had to wait for the expiration date to find out what happened with this option contract. And on November 18th, we saw that this option expired worthless. And as a result, the money reserved as my collateral was returned back to me. Plus, I was able to keep the full $20 premium that I received for selling the option contract in the first place. So I started with $100. I received a $20 premium payment for selling the cash secure put option contract. And then on the expiration date, I ended up keeping all of that money for a total of $120. So on the expiration date, the option contract expired worthless, and my account balance is now $120. So in just 1 week, I was able to make a profit of 20%, starting with a small account that only had $100 in it. Now, I very easily could have started with $1,000 and turned that into $1,200, or started with $10,000 and turned that into $12,000 with this same exact trade. The important point I'm making here is that this trading strategy can be either scaled up or down depending upon your account size, risk tolerance, and your objectives. So be sure to remember these 5 tips whenever you're option trading using a cash secure put. Number 1, use a stock screener to narrow down the choices for the underlying stock. Number 2, pick a stock that has plenty of liquidity. I generally like to see the average trading volume around 1 million or higher. Tip number 3, my basic cash secure put option trading strategy is to sell a stock that's in an oversold condition and collect the premium as an income source. Tip number 4, my goal is to receive a premium payment that's equal to 1% per week that gives me a 1% per week profit for each week that the option is open. And tip number 5, and this one's really important, only sell a cash secure put for a stock that you'd be happy to own if the option gets exercised.